Hey y'all, welcome back to Hocus Pocus Porches. Just a quick video today on something that I find very endearing, very fun when I decorate the house for Halloween. For years we've been putting family portraits, if you will, out there. Different ones like this one. Here's a class photo of a bunch of witches graduating. This one here is a photo of Lori Cabot, the official witch of Massachusetts from Salem. And this year we're going to add something new. This is a spooky picture of me that I transformed I used AI to transform into an oil painting from the 1850s. Then I used a very simple technique that everyone can use to make it look like my eyes will follow you wherever you go. So hopefully you'll have fun with this one like I did, and let's get to it.
Alright, for this video we're going to use a tool called Nano Banana from Google. So we're going to go to search bar, search up Nano Banana. We're going to use the one in the AI Studio right there. And then we'll get to the home page and we're going to start a new chat with Nano Banana. So I've already taken a selfie and I've already got my prompt that I want of making myself into a oil painting from the 1850s, from a spooky house, spooky mansion in the library. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my selfie. And as you can see, this is taken in the bathroom, and just I did that for dramatic effect, so you can see how much this is gonna AI is gonna help us change things around. So there's my prompt, and we mash enter or mash run, and it doesn't take long at all. And it is working very. This one. So for image generation, I've been having a lot of fun with this, and we'll see a few examples later on. All right, there I am. It's put me into a suit. Looks like it's dressed from the 1850s. It's put me in a library. And it even looks like it added a spooky picture right there. Now we're going to try another thing here. We're going to make two setting changes to. We're going to use the same photo again. So copy paste. We're going to make two settings changes. We change the temperature, and then we change the top P. This is going to increase the creativity for Nano Banana and for regular AI in general. I have had a practice, I'm not sure if it's entirely necessary, of copying the same picture that I want to keep editing and pasting it back. It seems that if I do not keep copying and pasting the image that I want to edit into the chat, that it kind of does lose its way over time. But if you do copy it and paste it, it stays with it. So here we increased the creativity for the AI, and you can see it added in some spooky a ghost in there. It added spider's webs. It kept the ghost picture, and I look exactly the same. That's the big difference from here on out. And also notice the star. When at least Nano Banana creates the image, it does add that star, I guess, to signify that it's been edited by Google, or edited by AI, I should say. All right, and now we're going to test some of the features here. We're going to remove the ghosts. I do find if I give it too many instructions, it doesn't, maybe it loses its way. Or maybe it doesn't have or maybe it's my prompt, it could be entirely, or it just doesn't remember the second half of it. So just keeping the instructions very simple, removing the ghosts. When it comes up here, you'll see that the ghosts were removed. Same picture, everything else is the same. Did not change anything. Big difference from previous versions. It would have given me a different picture altogether. So we're going to copy again, and we're going to give it another set of instructions to do one more change. And we're going to change the vest color and we're going to give me a curly mustache here. There is a token limit per day, but hey, just be aware of it. It's you're for having fun. You're going to be able to have a good time for most of the day. It's not going to run out as fast as you would as if you're using maybe ChatGPT, the latest version. All right, well there you go. Look, when you blow it up, you'll be able to see the curly mustache, but you can definitely see the red vest there. And for this exercise, for this tutorial, I wanted to print up the pictures in 8x10. And you're going to see here, I'm going to prompt it one more time to give me a bigger file image. And I'm not sure if enhance is the right word, but I'll show it in a couple seconds here. You'll see the file size difference is smaller. The ones that I did in the tutorial, it was significant. It was about double the size. So I tell it that I want to be able to print it at 8x10. And see, this one's taking a little bit long. There we go. So it's a much bigger file size. All right, and just to show you that the file size is different and that I started with the original photo. Here's me again, this is where we started off with, in the bathroom taking a selfie. And here is the larger file size, 2.2. I don't know why it only went from 1.9 to 2.2. Like I said, the one that I did for my picture, it really went from a 1 meg to about 2.5. And you can see still the same file, same picture. It just looks when you go to print it, when you bring it to the print store or you print it up on your computer, the larger file size will print much better. And just to show you some other fun, so that same selfie from the bathroom, I then created this photo. Well, first I created this other photo, this one here on the left, and then I said, hey, can you make me smiling like I was just told a really funny joke? And it gives me the big laughter picture there. And then I also put myself on the cover of GQ magazine. This one doesn't look as much like me, but it's pretty good. So somewhere I read that you can, if you use Mod Podge on there and you kind of swirl it around, it gives it the look of an oil painting. It did a pretty good job. The one thing, if you're using those cheap chip brushes, I got a bunch of, I guess, hairs, if you will, onto the brush itself. And this is me taking my time with my X-Acto knife, cutting out my eyeballs, which was kind of a weird thing to really think about. But you really got to make sure you get them all out. On the front side, nice clean cuts. And there I am, no eyeballs. And you hold it underneath. Nope, that went by fast, but you get the idea. So now I'm going to cut out my backer board, the middle part. I'm going to trim it down to the right size. And then I'm going to I made some dots. So within the part that I cut out, I put a dot in through there so it came out on the backer board. And here I'm going to mark out an area where I'm going to cut it out so I can see through the first picture to the second picture and have a little bit of distance between the two. In this part here, I'm using a black Sharpie to make sure that I don't have any white. So when you cut your eyeballs out, again, sounding very funny here, there might be some white edges showing, and this is me just using a black marker to color in those black edges so you can't see them that well, if at all. So I missed a little bit of video here. You're going to see I've already glued the backer board to the first picture. I used some Gorilla Glue off to the side, and then I added some Gorilla Glue to the backer board on the top, and then you see me got it aligned, took my time with doing that, and then I'm going to use this little piece of cardboard and really smooth it out so there's no bumps, no ridges or anything. And after everything, that was about the easiest part. A little bit of cleanup, and we are in the home stretch here. And voila, finished product. So just some shots in the house. I told you earlier, Lori Cabot, she makes our table every year. Just to add a little bit to the depth of the Halloween experience. That's the spooky phone that doesn't work anymore, but we love our ravens as well. And next shot, you're going to see some of the other photos I showed you earlier. Just some photos. If you Google search witch photos, you'll see them up. You'll see lots of them on the internet. I downloaded them, printed, went to the Goodwill store and found some frames. Just as long as they were black, they were good enough for me. And we printed those up, or we got those, printed up photos, added them to the frames, and then they make it to the bookshelf or somewhere inside the house every year. Those are some potion bottles we'll talk about in our next upcoming video. Alright, and there's the finished product. I didn't do the spooky eyes with the rest of the family, but I did do the Mod Podge effect. As you can see, we're all back in the 1850s. I found these really nice frames on Amazon, and I think they looked awesome. Very happy, very pleased with this very simple project that I think anyone out there can do and have some fun using some AI and image generation. And hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Happy Halloween.